Bob May just might be the best junior golfer ever in California. He was so good that a California kid from the next generation, Tiger Woods, hoped to one day become the next Bob May. May then went on to become a three-time All-American at Oklahoma State. As a professional, he won the 1999 British Masters and then engaged Woods in an epic final round and playoff at the 2000 PGA Championship. Woods played his very, very best and barely won. Despite continual back trouble, May earned more than $3.5 million during his PGA Tour career. May has lived in Las Vegas since college and now operates the Bob May Golf Academy. The academy is open to all golfers, but close to his heart is helping junior golfers live a dream.
What a lot of people don't know is that, we all hear about Tiger Woods having the Jack Nicklaus, checking off the majors that he's going to win. Well, before that, his main target was Bob May. And before Tiger, it was Bob May that had set all the records in California junior golf. And Tiger's first goal was to beat Bob at everything. And being with Bob at tour events, I noticed that anytime Bob was there and Tiger was there, Tiger always made it a point to come over and mess with Bob, whether it's to jab him, take a club out of his bag. He had a lot of respect for Bob. Still does. Yeah.
Very cool. When I think about Bobby, I think back to one of the very first days I ever met him. His family joined our club, which at that time was Yorba Linda. Bob was 13 at the time. Everybody knew he was really a good player, but he went out with one of my assistants, who was a pretty good player, and they played the golf course all the way back, which was no slouch. And when the match was done, Bob walked into the golf shop, kind of slapped his hands together and said, "All right, who wants to be next?" And that set the tone. He was after us all, and to this day, he's the only junior student of mine that I never beat.
Bob May is very involved with the Bob May Golf Academy at Silverstone, and through that he has, got some great instructors under him. He's very active in the first tee with junior golf. He's got a great following, and for the city of Las Vegas, he's a great instructor to have.
The December before, Bob told me that he thought he could win a major, and he said, "If I win a major, I'm going to buy you a BMW M5." which was a car I've always cherished. And he told me that the last thing that went through his mind before that playoff was, damn, I got to buy that sucker, an M5.
After Bob had the duel with Tiger, that February, he went to see Butch Harmon on take a putting lesson. We got there, it was just Bob, Butch Harmon, and myself. And Bob asked Butch a few things about his golf swing, because Bob, when he gets to the top, he has a little loop there, a little hitch there. And he asked Butch, what do you think of that? And Butch Harmon told Bob that he had just played maybe the greatest player that's ever played the game of golf in Tiger Woods. He faced him face-to-face on a Sunday at Valhalla. Bob shot 66, Tiger shot 67, and Butch said, if anybody ever asks you to change that swing, run the other way. He said it was under the most intense pressure you'll ever have. That swing stood up under pressure, which is pretty good coming from Butch Harmon.
A number of years ago, shortly after that playoff, Bob injured his back, pretty serious injury, such that he spent 2 years away from golf. So he's coming off some more back problems here recently, but I'm not too worried about him. And I'll tell you why. He's spent 2 years away from golf, and he came out, did some physical therapy, got himself in shape, hit a few balls, and I went out and played with him. He hit 15 or 16 greens, hit it within 10 feet about a dozen times, and looked like he'd never left the game. As a matter of fact, I kept track of his first 12 rounds back after laying off golf for 2 years. He was 65 under par. And that's pretty remarkable, and that's something that Bob can do. He's got an innate ability to hit the golf ball.
Bob May and I first started playing golf. He was, an incredible golfer, and I made a comment one time I have a good wedge game, and I commented on my wedge game how good it is, and Bob made a comment that his 2-iron is as good as his sand wedge. He hits them both the same. And that's the first time that I had ever heard that. But, you know, most guys, they like their 7, 8, 9 wedge. Bob didn't care. Whether it's 2-iron to sand wedge, it's the same swing. It's what we've all been taught, but none of us believe. And Bob believes that. His 2-iron's going to be just as close as his sand wedge. Well, I'm caddying for Bob at the Las Vegas Invitational, playing with Fred Couples. And Bob was paired with Couples 2 consecutive days. And on number 8 at TPC, on Sunday's round, Bob hit a 2-iron about a foot from the hole, back right. Couples had hit a great shot 40 feet from the hole. Bob gets up, hits 2-iron high cut a foot from the hole. And as we're walking off the tee, Couples tells me that Bob's probably the best ball striker that he's ever seen in his life.